to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I'm so happy that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are, Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, express. Let's go. Welcome back. Welcome back to Bear Lifestyle Podcast. Let's start with celebrations. I'm celebrating with water today. I'm celebrating myself and I'm celebrating you and everyone who listens and watches this episode. Cheers, cheers. Today, I want to take a closer look to relationships and to ever-present question, how do I know he is the one? All right? How do we know? How do we know? I want to start saying that the foundation of that question is to know who I am. For an adult, and I'll dare to say especially women, we tend to be very focused on who the other person is and what they do and what they not do or have, or the personalities, all the things. Not that they're not important, of course they are, but this is a process that starts with self. And I know we are talking pretty much in every episode about how important it is to know who we are and what do we want. The most powerful and often enough annoying question, what do I want? What do I want today as the woman who I am today with today's preferences and desires and dreams, right? So the hardest part of this process that I'm noticing is that we're holding tight to what we used to desire. And we forget that we are not the same person that we were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? So first step, if I could give you steps, is to really identify, look in, and express who I am today. Bear, right? Bold, authentic, radically honest with self, and fully express. Now from this place, I get to decide who is the person that is matching who I am today. Who is the person that has similar desires, dreams. We need to have an overlap with that matching person. And everyone is different, you know. I mean, I know we are all familiar with Pareto or, 80-20. And because of that, I have the tendency to say I need to overlap at least 80%. But that's not accurate. I need to overlap as closer to 100 in order for me to begin to start a relationship, right? Knowing that I will, as my partner as well, continue to evolve, and chances are that we are going to evolve in at different speeds. But the thing is, like, this overlap could be 80, 70, 90, because life happens. But I need to start with the damn close to 100 overlap so I could build that foundation. Which takes me to number 3, foundation. What is the foundation of a successful relationship? As someone that I've been through 3 marriages and 3 divorces and a couple other long-term committed relationships, whatever happened because I was that person then. But now, from where I'm at today, when I'm looking at the foundation, I really want to build that friendship foundation. In a previous episode, we talked about the 4 pillars in BDSM practices, and I did invite you to take them and apply it in any other relationships, right? So what are the 4 pillars? Trust, communication, respect, honesty. These, at least for me, are the pillars for a solid friendship. For me, as simply put, the difference between a friendship and a romantic relationship is just one element, the intimacy. So the foundation is friendship. If that is built and it's solid and it's strong, right? Based on open communication, honesty, trust, respect. What makes that relationship a romantic relationship, it's adding the intimacy part to it. So how do I know there is a match? That there is a connection and a match in the intimacy department. I don't want to stand here and say that there is an order. I tried them both. I tried to build a relationship and then I had sex into the mist. I also dated and I started with the sex and then to see where that goes, because either way, if we are to group in two different things, when you know yourself and you're generally open to know the other person, you learn a lot about the other person, right? So you could make a decision if this is a match or not. And the reality is that we need both. It is not a sustainable romantic relationship if the intimacy is out of charts, but then the friendship is not there, or vice versa. So now, of course, as always, I want to invite you to decide what works for you. How do you want to approach a new relationship? Do you want to go ahead and jump into the intimacy space and then build from there? Or do you want to start with building a relationship? There is no right and wrong. It's what I want to emphasize. It's just to bring in attention those two big components. So now, besides the two big components, the tiny little zillions of things that keep those two together is your specific preferences. How do you like things done? What is your lifestyle? Your style of communication, your style of having sex. Like all this personalized little characteristics are the pieces that keep the two major pieces together, and they are the ones that will define your relationship. The energy in your relationship. Is it a relationship filled with adventures and excitement and trying new things? Is it a relationship that it's based on settle down, enjoying life at a lower pace, and so many other different types of relationships? So step number 4, it's all about understanding the relationship as an entity. These two people, they're coming together, or 3 or more, depends of the type of relationship that you are in. Those specific individualized characteristics, when put together, will define the type of the relationship that you are in. And this is the component when most people forget about. I know I did in the past. The tendency is to focus on myself and what I want and my dreams and my evolution, and then even focusing on my partner, same things, but we forget about the relationship. We forget about looking into how the relationship is impacted, influenced, evolving, and needs to be redefined based on how these two people are moving in time and space. So let's do a recap. I hate steps, but that's where we go today. Step number 1, knowing yourself, who you are and what you want. Step number 2, have a radical, honest conversation with yourself and with your potential partner and decide if the overlap is big enough to start a relationship. Number 3, decide how do you want to build the foundation. Are you building it from intimacy to friendship or from friendship to intimacy? Either way, another match here is both parties or all parties involved need to kind of want the same thing, build the same foundation, right? Number 4, decide what kind of relationship are you in based on specific individual characteristics of yours and your partners. And number 5, while in a relationship, knowing that everyone involved are evolving and changing and shifting and growing and becoming, do not forget to look how that is impacting your relationship. To pay attention to always redefine it and upgrade it and update it as you are growing and evolving. That's all. Easy peasy, right? Now, if you want to explore, identify, or if you need any kind of support to figure it out, who you are, what you want, what is it that you want now from the place that you are in, what kind of relationship are you looking for, like even deciding and defining who's your ideal partner that you're looking for, please open the show notes and know that I always have few free spots available for private calls. So go ahead and book a call. I'll be happy to meet you, and I'll be honored to help you navigate those pieces. It's all I have for today. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. I wish you an amazing day, a fabulous week, and go ahead and have a bear experience. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you leave me a review to let me know. For more bear experiences, please go to simonaspark.com/bear and follow us on Instagram at Simona Spark World. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bear, bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.